Let me try to give a not so brief, as is my style, introduction to this. I don't remember exactly when I first heard about it. At some point in my weaving around through YouTube, I did come across a video in my recommendeds that was gameplay footage of Super Danganronpa Another 2 by Linju. And I actually clicked on the video, by the way, and watched about 2 seconds of it, and then clicked off. And you're like, why would you click off? Well, I think the reason is that I suddenly thought, you know, I probably want to play this, and if I want to play this, whatever this is that I just learned about just now, this split second, or maybe a couple seconds, I don't want to get spoiled by watching somebody else play it. But this was, mysteriously, even before I made Let's Plays of any kind, this is before my YouTube channel even existed. Now, Super Danganronpa Another 2, or SDRA 2 for short, was finished in January of 2020. And I think my first YouTube videos start showing up in 2020. This must have not been very long before I started making YouTube videos. But it had been in the works for a while. But I later discovered the Danganronpa wiki and realized that SDRA 2 was originally written in Korean. Nothing wrong with that. And what the YouTube videos was gameplay footage of a translation to English, but had only been completed through chapters 1 and 2 at the time. And it was only gameplay footage. The person who recorded the footage did not host or make available a playable version of their translation that I could download on my computer and play myself. So anyway, I discovered what SDRA and SDRA 2 were, and I downloaded a copy of them from the developer's blog in Korean onto my computer, and I managed to get them to play, but I was kind of a noob at foreign games at the time, and so, you know, I struggled with it. I didn't realize, I knew that you probably had to do something to make your Windows think that you were in Korea, but I didn't realize that you had to change your non-Unicode language to Korean when you extracted the zip. Otherwise, the file names of all the contents of the zip would end up messed up. I just thought that you only have to do it to play the game. And then I thought that you needed the RPG Maker 2000 runtime package for it in Korean, which was really difficult to find. I managed to install it, but the truth is you don't need that. Basically, the game, I don't even know about SDRA 2, because I already finished struggling when I was finished messing with SDRA. In order to get SDRA to work, you just need to change your non-Unicode language to Korean to extract the zip file. I believe. I don't even think you need to do it in order to get the executable to run. You just need to do it in order to extract the zip, to make sure that the file names all are use the correct characters, so that the executable knows where to find its supporting files. Anyway, I got it to run and everything, but of course it was in Korean. I didn't understand any of it. So I decided, okay, how about why do I need to be, I don't know, have this lack of persistence? I mean, whoever made this, there's a lot of people in the world that can speak Korean, why can't I, right? So why don't I try to figure out how to understand Korean sufficiently well that I might be able to maybe understand this game? So I asked my sister, hey, do you know of any way to, like, you know, do something like learn Korean? And she said, use Duolingo. Now it sounds kind of like a joke, and I'm kind of You can tell in my tone of voice I'm making it sound like a joke. But I was like, oh, okay. So I actually got like really far in the learning Korean from English Duolingo course. In fact, earlier this year when Duolingo switched from the tree format to the path format, I had it all the way down in the path format to where the course starts turning into a review. So that would be lesson, I think, 50 out of 60 on the path format, which would be approximately 3.5 levels deep in each skill in the tree format equivalents. Now, since I said earlier this year, because since then they've made the path longer, so now it's 70 lessons long, and now I'm 10 lessons behind. But anyway, I got really close to the end in path format. The tree format, I also got to the end, but getting to the end in the tree format is trivial. You should get every skill level 1, right? I had every skill, like, the last version of the tree before I went into a path, I had every skill level 1, and about halfway down the course to level 5, and then so on, legendary, and so on, right? I got really far, and I will tell you after doing this that, although you don't learn nothing if you get the Duolingo course down that far, and you do it in a style that you get a lot out of it, it's not nearly enough knowledge of Korean to be able to do something like read a visual novel in Korean. It's not even close. Like, way not even close. Unfortunately. I also messed around with howtostudykorean.com, did some memorize and so on. But when I do Japanese, and I'll get about this tomorrow. I have to find my login credentials. I'm going to take a course from my local university. It's going to be kind of expensive. It's over $300. But anyway, because that's the environment that I learn the best in. And I'm going to take it for a letter grade because that's the system in which I learn the best in. And hopefully that will get me a much better grasp of Japanese than I had of Korean at the time. Anyway, I made a big push to try to, so I made a bit, I don't know how big it was, some of a push to maybe do something as far as understanding Korean. And then a few months later, I learned about things like Textractor and the OCR and so on. I haven't put up the Ever 17 Xbox remake footage yet. Man, it's old footage. I got it all edited now. I just don't have it uploaded. I'm uploading the whole Danganronpa blowback footage. But you'll see me like mess around with the OCR, and in my Danganronpa blowback footage, you've already seen me mess around with Textractor as well. And these are tools that you can use to feed a visual novel through Google Translate or DeepL Translate or Bing Translate or something like that. You can also take a picture of it on your phone. That's a bit janky, but without introducing a third-party device like your phone, tools like Textractor or the OCR, the anime OCR, are ways to translate visual novels in a different language into one that you can understand. Given that the only OCR I know of is for Japanese, its OCRs are character type dependent. So I don't know if the anime OCR can actually pick up on Hangul. I doubt it can. I haven't tried it. But Textractor works on any and every language that can be written down. That is, there might be some really obscure ones that are not written down, but or Google Translate doesn't have in their system. Anyway, so that was my thoughts, right? But let's go back in time a bit. So, and talk about when they came out. So SDRA 2 was finished in January 2020, as I said, right? And then the original SDRA by Linju was finished in the middle of 2015, of June of 2015. So the first one predates V3, but postdates Danganronpa 1 and 2. The second SDRA, I believe, was actually in development when V3 suddenly came out. No, actually, he started. Oh, okay. It seems like he started started releasing stuff just before V3 came out, because V3 was late in 2017, right? Anyway, a Reddit post was made in February of 2022. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more exact date for when I started hard on trying to, well, I don't know about how hard, put some effort into Korean. It seems like it was actually July of 2021, which I said 2020 earlier. I was off by a year. Wow, sometimes I make mistakes and misspeak. So this was over 6 months after I started going, oh, maybe I'll just learn Korean then. There was an update as to the translation of SDRA 1 and 2. That is, somebody released a playable version of SDRA 2, the entire game, in English. That apparently is a reasonably high quality translation. So it went from there just being YouTube videos of gameplay in English of just the first 2 chapters to the game being playable in English, the whole thing. Okay. So that reduces the motivation to learn Korean, right? Because there's less content to consume in Korean now that you have to worry about. And you can't, I don't have this progression that I would go through as I got better at Korean as I went through the Danganronpas, because it would end at the end of the SDRA 1. So what of SDRA 1? Well, somebody came up with a pretty decently high quality translation of SDRA 1, just the first chapter. So what you see visually in my video right now is the title screen for just the first chapter, like executable for SDRA 1. So, what of the rest of the chapters? Well, there was a different person. I don't know the names of these people, but there was a different person. I'll grab maybe I can get this here. Okay, Zephyrium, I guess. So, Zephyrium came up with a sort of a translation for chapters 2 through 6. It's its own separate executable, its own separate release. However, and I might get this guy's name and misattribute things. Zephyrium doesn't really know Korean, isn't a Korean speaker. He or she essentially put the text through Google Translate or something like Google Translate, and only translated the text that's important to the plot. So most of like the flavor text, or if you kind of interact with characters as you're going somewhere, or you click on like the plates on the windows. I don't know if there's going to be plates on the windows on SDRA. I presume there's going to be. Or interact with like the monitors or the black, like the kind of the flavor text that you do by just kind of interacting with the random things in the environment. As well as the free time events, he or she did not translate to English. It was just it's just the dialogues you need to get through to progress the plot, as far as I understand. And again, it's not really a high quality translation. It's as if he just put it into Google Translate. And that's it. And according to some Reddit comments, I managed to avoid all of the spoilery Reddit comments, luckily. For some reason, the quality of the translation seems to improve gradually as you go through. So like chapter 2 is awful, it's just terrible. And then chapter 3, 4, 5, 6 just gets better and better. I don't know why that is, but I guess maybe Zephyrium got some intuition about things as he kept translating and started to kind of figure things out, and I don't know. Which I could argue that's not really any better than what I would end up doing, right? If I were to let's play the Korean version, which is probably what we're gonna do for those chapters, because I'm just gonna use a text extractor and throw it through Google Translate, right? Like I did for Danganronpa Blowback. Duolingo really doesn't help here. It's gonna be pretty Google Translate garbage. But that's really annoying when you're during the trials, because you have to do some trick like make the game not the most furthest foreground window to make it pause on like some text and then type it into Google Translate, because the text extractor can't pick up image text like you would see in a class trial for those non-stop debates and rebuttal showdowns and whatnot. I don't know if it's going to be rebuttal showdowns and stuff in here. There wasn't Danganronpa Blowback. And so it might be better if I had an awful, ugly Google Translate done translation of the trials than just to look at them in Korean, even if it was an awful translation, because I think that experience would still be better than trying to do the trials in Korean. But we'll see. I'll do the first chapter first, because the first chapter, apparently, it's a very complete and good translation. And then after that, I'll tackle what exactly weirdness I'm going to do to get through the rest of the first game. And then once I get through the first game, then the second game I presume is going to be a breeze, because it's a good translation all the way through into English. And I pretty much stopped trying to learn Korean now. I got to put that all aside, because I need to try to do Japanese, and do Japanese way better than I did Korean. And I feel a feeling that Japanese is going to be way easier, because the vocabulary is way catchier sounding. But, so I have to go all in that way. So however well I knew Korean when I did Danganronpa Blowback, it's going to be however well I know Korean when I do this. So it's not going to improve at all. I'm just going to give up. And go all in a different language. Because I have to because I want to be able to get through 12 Riven, and the Xbox remake of Ever 17, and Code 18, and and all those things. Right? And that's a lot more than just a single, the last 5/6 of a Danganronpa fan game. Okay, but Danganronpa Blowback, so 7/6 of a Danganronpa fan game, right? That's several games to go through. So let's start playing this, I guess. I heard that this is good. Not much else. So, yeah. I'm prepared to deal with something that is good. I'm not going to pause the encoding. I'm just going to reach up and grab some paper. Handwritten notes are important, especially in the first chapter of a Danganronpa. Supposedly pretty good. By good I mean as good, story-wise as Kodaka's Danganronpa. Obviously, it's not going to be graphically very impressive because this is made in RPG Maker 2000. So it's going to be it's just the same platform as Bionicle Paracosmos was created. So imagine that. It's going to be, it's kind of, it's a story. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. This is a fan game based on Spike Chunsoft's Danganronpa series. All copyrights belong to Spike Chunsoft. This game will not be used for any commercial purposes. By the way, that's image text. So in the Korean version, this image text, also please note that there was some inevitable changes and deviations to the original setting. This game includes contents of violence and graphic language, as well as major spoilers for the canon series. Please be cautious if you don't wish to, well, whatever. If you don't want any spoilers. So when you do that in the Korean version, that text is an image text. So something like a text extractor would not be able to pick it up. Press Alt-Enter to play in windowed mode, which I already did. I'm actually playing in windowed mode. This thing defaults to full screen mode, and it's obnoxious. Hopespeak Academy. A school with a long tradition of fostering talented ones from all fields of society. Now, so again, I've read on Reddit Reddit, of course. Sometimes there isn't really anything you could use besides Reddit for certain things, despite Reddit's reputation. So that the translation of the first chapter here is actually really good. So I gotta trust that. But oftentimes, like if you were to make a commercial translation of this, you would not use language like this. You wouldn't say, talented ones from all fields of society. That being said, me being kind of a Bible nerd, I don't really like non-literal translations of things. So I'm kind of a fan of the awkward language that arises from trying to make a really literal translation of something in a language whose conventions and grammar is a lot different from English. But I got hit with that right away. It's like, that's like if they were to make a commercial translation of this, they would not phrase it like that. They would probably just say, I think, just a long tradition of fostering talent from all. They wouldn't use fields. They would use like they'd use something else. I forgot what they actually used in the original Danganronpa. Field sounds a little formal. Fat? I don't know. Whatever. Too much agitation over one line. This government approved, you mean like funded? Privileged school. Again, Spike Chunsoft would have done School of Privilege, right? Aims to gather and educate hundreds of world-class high school students. Graduating the school, I guess technically correct, but kind of awkward, is even considered a guaranteed success for the rest of one's life. Knowing its purpose of raising hope for the country's future, one might say it certainly deserves to be called the School of Hope. I mean, some of this is awkward still. I mean, they said it was good, but some of this is awkward. The school's colossal building lies in the heart of the city, towering over all who pass by. As if it was the very center of the world. Yes, because for some reason, this city, we don't really know much which one in Japan is the center of the world. Because Japan isn't really, like, you know, even the people at Japan don't really think of Japan as the center of the world. They think of Japan as, like, the beginning of the world, right? It's like where the sun touches first before passing to the rest of everywhere. Whereas, yeah, that's kind of, they think of it as, like, yeah, the start, not the center. It's not like Israel, who would yes, indeed think of themselves as the center. There are 2 requirements to enroll in the school. One must be currently enrolled in high school. One must excel at their field of expertise. There are no freshman recruits, and only those who are scouted by the academy are allowed to enter. I always found that kind of, I mean, that's how they phrased it in the original Danganronpa, but I always found that kind of weird because I was like, don't the language of Danganronpa makes it sound like these kids didn't do a freshman year at some high school. They jumped immediately from middle school to Hope's Peak. And the phrase that you have to be currently enrolled in high school just means that you had to have signed up for a high school or planned to go to a high school. And then they will redirect you to Hope's Peak. Not that you had already been to high school for a year. But there are no freshman recruits implies that you must have already been to high school for a year. Correct me on this in the comments, because this is weird to me. And the one standing in front of its honorable gate was me, of course. Is me! We're gonna see the pro tag now? I haven't seen the pro tag for this. Oh, okay, on the cover. Well, there's something obviously wrong with this. There is no hair spike. But okay. First, what should I say to start this off? If I were to explain the person who is monologuing right now, my name is Yuki Maeda. Okay? I presume that the English translator here decided to make it kind of the English or European convention of names, so Yuki would be the given name and Maeda would be the family name. And Yuki sounds more like a given name to me, so that makes sense. Though I suppose there won't be many people wondering about it. As you can see, I'm not handsome, tall, or have a strange aura surrounding myself. I don't even have the hair spike. I'm just one of the ordinary students that you can see in the streets at any morning. My skills are average, my grades are actually pretty good, but on the national scale also average, because it's Japan and everybody's grades are good, so it doesn't matter. I do have a great amount of curiosity that drives me to crave for knowledge, but it's nothing big. So he's kind of academic, right? Makoto's thing was, I'm average, but I have sort of this boldness. I tend to speak out a bit, which makes my character make sense in the class trials, right? I'm average, but I have this thing where I tend to shout, "No, that's wrong!" That makes me a little bit different than the absolute nobody, you see. As a ordinary student up to middle school, I was very curious about Hope's Peak Academy. Because of it, I know a bit more about the school than others, I think. Hope's Peak Academy has always had a special place in my mind, and I'm standing in that exact place right before its gate. I've seen this gate several times in the media, but actually passing through it as a student makes me nervous. Can someone like me really go here? I can understand why people say being curious about something and experiencing it yourself are different. Yes, all your curiosity just kind of dumps into the floor. I mean, it's like, once you actually learn what something really is in its true nature, it becomes boring. Before even entering, I was overwhelmed by the immense presence of the school. You might be wondering why I'm so tense right now. Because I'm about to begin a new school life. You are indeed, man. You are indeed. It's true, but before going into the real cause, I should start with what happened last night. What? Oh, he was researching stuff. I want to know so much about this year's ultimate students. Yeah, the ultimate. Super high school level. Linju probably wrote super high school level because the author of Danganronpa Blowback also did. So it suggests that the localization to Korea for Danganronpa had a bit more of a literal translation to it. That Spike Chunsoft actually kept this whole super high school level thing, as opposed to the English translation where they just turned super high school level into ultimate, which made some sentences along the series not make sense. Anyway, I wanted to know so much about this year's ultimate students, so I went through relevant internet threads to look up some information. Only students at the top of their respective fields are selected by the Academy, and they get so popular on the internet to the point that an exclusive thread is created just for discussions. One name, anonymous, who else? Two name, greater than two, ultimate profession working in each university. Their cutting edge facilities, I'm so jealous. I could read this before the text box obscured it. Something Lazy Bones Lamau. You know, you would think that there would be some hotkey that would hide the text box, like some visual novels, but I don't know what it is. Oh, it's Z. Oh, wait, that just advances things. Okay, I didn't read that, but I don't think it was important, because I was messing around with the keyboard. Yeah. For example, the ultimate police officer who fights against crime on the front lines with his commendable intellect and exceptional physical ability. The ultimate professor. Well, how would you be so, there's all kinds of other ultimates before you could be an ultimate professor if you're a high school student. Because, like, the definition of a professor is somebody who has a PhD and doesn't know anything about how to teach, but is allowed to teach because they have a PhD. Anyway. Renowned for working in the world's most prestigious university to mentor actual college students. I mean, it also, which implies that if you're the ultimate professor, you have to be somewhat of an ultimate of what you're a professor of already. So why would this person be the ultimate, like if this is a physics professor, I would be more inclined to call this person the ultimate physicist than the ultimate professor. Anyway, we'll see how this works out. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me right off the bat. The ultimate soccer player, the current ace of the national youth athletics team, who was confirmed to advance to the Premier League big club. Why not the World Cup? Others mentioned included the ultimate pilot. Well, it's really hard to stick out as a pilot. You could be Solenberger, but then stuff has to go. One thing in particular has to go wrong. Yeah, how would you stick out? That's the problem. Ultimate surgeon. In high school? Well, I guess you could stick out for that if you managed to do a very successful specific extraction of a brain tumor. Okay, so we have... I forgot the name of the guy that Gifted Hands was about. He actually tried to be a politician and run for president about a cycle ago, and wasn't really that good at it. Anyway, ultimate sprinter. Okay, it makes sense. Ultimate sniper. I guess it's a Danganronpa thing to come up with like the dumb ultimates. Ultimate cheerleader. Ultimate lawyer. All of those shine so brightly compared to me. There also seemed to be a strange person called the Ultimate Exorcist, who is going to be the Blackened in the 3rd chapter, but that person must have been scouted because of their remarkable talent as well. And simultaneously grew excited and anxious. My curiosity about the Ultimates continued to pile up. Now, why am I so worried about this? After all, I'm an ordinary person with nothing more than a thirst for knowledge, so why all the fuss? Find it out in my letter of admission. This year's Hope Speak Academy held a lottery to select one ordinary student to attend our school. You have been selected, and we invite you to join us as the ultimate lucky student. Why is this text, the admissions text in like Japanese? It's not even like Hanja, like it's Japanese. Okay. Maybe just reusing an asset from the Japanese version of Danganronpa. That's right, ultimate luck, chance, fluke, good fortune. That was all. I was the one who was picked among millions of high school students across the country. Frankly, I kind of regret accepting the admission a bit, but considering that entering the academy is a fantasy of a high school students nationwide and a ticket to success, it was hard not to. I don't know what your success would be of being if you went through Hope Speak as the ultimate lucky student, but whatever. There's only about a dozen ultimate students in the whole country. Being able to be their classmate was enough to get me excited. But now that I'm facing this massive building right in front of me, can you see why I felt a little intimidated? It's 7:50 right now. All freshmen are supposed to go to the entrance hall before 8, so guess I'm on time. Since it's too late to go back, let's be positive. I should start with going in the building. I can't stand here forever. Yeah, right. Let's do this! I know it says let's do it, but I would probably translate it. Let's do this! Even though it may not be a this. Oh yeah, it's RPG Maker 2000. We're going top down all the way. Wow, the interior. There wasn't much information about the facility, so it's my first time seeing these. Anyway, let's head to the entrance hall. The other ultimate students, I wonder if they're already here. No need to get nervous. The academy recognized my luck as a talent, so I can be proud of it. Let's see if he passes out. They'll probably be good people. I calmed myself and made up my mind. Right, I'm already inside Hope Speak Academy. This one step I'll make will be full of hope. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna pass out? No! We're not passing out. Okay, that is interesting. Can I interact with stuff? Okay, so I assume this is like some sort of foyer. Can we go back outside? No, this is the exit. Let's go to the entrance hall. It must be straight ahead. Oh, I wanted to go out the... Okay, see, this is perspective here. That might trip me up. Fine, I'll go through this. If you're gonna railroad me this way, I'll railroad me this way. This must be the entrance hall. Pass out now? The entrance hall. From what I remember, all freshmen were told to gather here. When I stepped inside, what I saw was... Nope, didn't pass out. Interesting. Well, it doesn't have to be the same as Danganronpa. They could not pass out. Them. Huh? Another person came. I heard that there are 15 new students this time, so we must be all here. Okay, so 15 instead of 16. So then the Danganronpa count, so the Danganronpa 2 and Danganronpa V3 count. Only 15. Hello. You're a freshman here. You're a freshman too, right? So you just said there are no freshmen recruits, but you're a freshman. Huh? What are you doing there? Come here. They are the ones selected to enter Hope Speak Academy this year, like me. The very symbols of hope were standing right by my eyes. Okay. Hey, are you all this year's freshmen? Yup, you're the last to come. Though I shouldn't make fun of you, because I was the 14th. Well, I stood in front of the door nervously. I may not have necessarily been the last to get up this morning, you know. Well, you all came early. I thought I could make some time coming here since the call time was 8. Not really. It hasn't been long since we all gathered here. It was like a group of late students rushing in all at once. Then did you all just arrive here? I suppose so. Now that you came, we're finally all here. Okay. Not doing early is on time. On time is late. Late, you don't want to know. They're the ultimate students excelling in each of their fields. I noticed some who look certainly beyond my level, but most of them seem nice and friendly. Nice to meet you all. So, we're all going to be classmates this year. Has some Japanese written on her shirt. Even though this was originally Korean. I'm already looking forward to this new school life in Hope Speak Academy. Yes, the Korean people know some of the Han characters, but still, I would expect it to be like Han characters on the shirt. I thought of a bunch of weirdos when I heard this ultimate thing, but you guys look pretty normal than what I thought. Well, that's a typo. Never mind, this translation is kinda bad. But bad translations are like my jam, so it's like, I'm not complaining too much. So it wasn't just me. I was half excited and half worried over what my classmates would be like. That surprised me. I was so worried of meeting the others because I'm the only student chosen for my luck. But those were the real ultimate titles. But with real ultimate titles, we're thinking about the same thing. Those with real... Okay. Hey guys, how about introducing ourselves to each other since we all came here? You mean a self-introduction? It'll take a while for the teachers to get here, so we won't even know each other's names yet. If we're going to be classmates in Hope Speak Academy, should we get to know each other? No one talks like this. Icebreakers. Oh, you have the hair spike. Okay, so does that mean that the character I'm playing as is going to die in the first chapter, and the baton of the protag will be passed to this green-haired guy? I'm already feeling a bit bit all overish. Don't take that too seriously. That's not a serious prediction. I actually don't think this author will do that. That sounds like a good idea. There's nothing else to do here anyway. Besides, we should at least know what each other's names are. Then we have it settled. Okay, this is a Chihiro-like person. Introduction time. A chance to learn about the others for the first time. I'm sorry to get curious and want to talk as long as I can to know about my classmates. Considering that we just met each other, let's get familiar with them little by little through talking. This was a bit unexpected, but it's how friends are made, right? That's how Danganronpa starts. Let's start with these 5. You can save your progress on the canvas in the top right. On the canvas in the top right. Wait. So I can... A white canvas. Would you like to save your progress? No. Okay, this is a weird save mechanism. So what does escape do? Escape does nothing. Okay, this is really weird. So I can save at random, like, easels? Ugh. Okay. Hi, my name is Haruhiko. That sounds like a Japanese name, or someone was just trying to come up with something that sounded like a Japanese name. Kobashikawa. Nice to meet you. This is likely the pilot, right? Let's get along, haha. Maybe he's a stunt pilot. That's maybe how he stands out. Yeah, okay. Super high school level pilot. Kobashikawa, the one who became a hot topic for the passenger plane test flight at Narita Airport. You knew me. Wow, this is kinda embarrassing. Right, I am the Kobashikawa you're talking about. Haruhiko Kobashikawa. Ah yes, I think I saw him from the HPA New Students thread yesterday. He's the ultimate pilot who flew a light aircraft at the age of 5, and then became an expert in operating all kinds of aircrafts like airliners, helicopters, and even space probes. A few days ago, I was asked to fly a plane with real passengers to celebrate my admission to Hope Peak Academy as the ultimate pilot. What I used to do was secret test flights, cargo transport, and acrobatics. Matau. But carrying people with a real airliner was pretty fun too. Of course, someone else had to do the announcements for me because I'm terrible at foreign languages, haha. So am I, sir, so am I. Being a pilot, doesn't it require those kind of skills? Well, that's true most of the time. I just drive with my senses. I've been flying planes since I was young without any instructions. I never got any specialized education in it. Using senses, when a single mistake can lead to a fatal event. Wait, don't you know how to read the read the instruments? What if you're in a whiteout and all you have is instruments? Is that what geniuses are like? By the way, what's your name? Oh, sorry, my name is Yuki Maeda. I hope we can be good friends, Haruhiko. Yeah, just call me Haru. Let's get along. Okay. He looks like a cheerful and sociable person. And it's relieving to know that he isn't the mad genius type. Okay, so he's kind of like a bit of a Leon, but more ordinary. Hi, my name is Akane Taira. And you're gonna see a lot of the inside of my mouth. Taira. Akane Taira. It's gonna be a maid thing. Nice to meet you. Yes. This predates V3. Kodaka stole Linju's idea. Or maybe just great minds think alike. She drew Akane Taira. She drew everyone's attention in the thread. Because the ultimate maid, she is a master cooking, cleaning, hospitality, management, and all services except for a few indecent ones. She works by employment, so she travels anywhere that can afford to hire her. Her cute appearance and bright personality has already idolized her among wealthy business owners. Nice to meet you. I'm Yuki Maeda. Nice to meet you too, Yuki. I understand now that I've met her for real, why people are saying I wish I had enough money to hire Akane in the thread. I thought it was pretty hard to see a real maid nowadays. Unless you go somewhere like a maid cafe in Akihabara. I guess this is supposed to be in Japan. Maid cafe, that's just a cafe. Will you please not compare me to those part-timers? What I am doing is not for those otakus. I take pride in my work because it helps people in need and gives them happiness. Don't ever say that again. Sorry, it was my first thing that came to mind when I saw your maid uniform. Now that you know, it's fine. Since I'm talented in helping others, I'll help you anytime when you have a problem. She's a kind person with a bright personality. Her work seems to be of great pride for her. Still, I have a feeling that she'll become really scary if she gets angry. And become a Chapter 2 blackened. If she's the Chapter 2 blackened, oh no. Coincidence? Okay. Ayame Hatano. Nice to meet you. Is a sprinter? Yes. Sprinter. Always wearing the uniform for some reason. Ayame Hatano. From what I saw on the thread, she holds the world record for running 100 meters in 9 seconds. Is that, I don't know what the 100 meter dash world record even is. Would that be a record all time or a record just for a woman? And is setting the world's attention for a promising future in track and field events. I'm Yuki Maeda, nice to meet you too. Right, I'm not good at talking with others, so please understand if I speak nonsense or wander off with myself. I've been hearing that a lot. I get tired of talking with you, something like that. It's why I like sports. Both me and my opponent can focus on our minds without any words. Maybe it's the reason I'm being a sprinter. Sorry, I started wandering off again. My apologies for annoying you. So, wandering off, I presume, is not a very good translation. It probably should be like rambling, right? No, it wasn't annoying at all. No need to apologize. Right, my bad. I still have a long way to go. She looks strong, upright, and really tough, but she also seems to be a bit odd at times, but let's keep that to myself and to make matters simpler. Yeah, she acts like me. Okay. Yo! Nice to meet ya! You probably know who I am already, but let me introduce myself anyway. I'm Mitsuhiro Higa. Or Mitch, as you might know. Soccer player. Interestingly, they translated this to American English. Mitch, the ace player of the National Youth Athletes team, right? Right, I'm Mitch Higa. That's what I was expecting. His immense popularity meant I didn't even need to search the thread. Given his title of a super rookie in the ultimate national team, he surely deserves to be the ultimate soccer player. Nice to meet you. I'm Yuki Maeda. I hope we can become good friends. Yeah, sure thing. But I think I've never heard of you before. You look ordinary. Can't really feel the aura. It's because never mind. Maybe it's because I'm so famous compared to you. Forget about it. Anyway, how do you feel about a world-class celebrity like me being your classmate? Want my autograph? Sure, I'll ask you later. So he's not Leon. Interesting. The pilot is a little bit more like Leon. He's kind of just like his own unique thing. being a soccer player did make him much more famous than the other students. But can't he fix that attitude? All I saw on TV was him playing soccer, so maybe this is what he's normally like. Okay, here's this guy dies in chapter 4. Kakeru Yamaguchi. Oh, Yamaguchi again. That was a family name from Blowback, and I forgot exactly who had it. Raise a Yama. I think so. Nice to meet you. I'm here as the ultimate lawyer. Okay, the author of this is probably going to have a hard time avoiding, at some point during the class trial, having this guy yell, "Objection." Kakeru Yamaguchi. I saw in the thread that he is the ultimate lawyer who became proficient in the study of legal knowledge at a young age and is currently in the workforce. I wonder what kind of nerd he would be when I read the info. Are you really Kakeru Yamaguchi? Oh, okay, no, actually, he's the mastermind, never mind. What do you mean by that? What was that? He looks more like someone in a gang. I mean, you're a lawyer, right? You look kind of different from what I imagined. You're not wearing a blue suit. I mean, no offense, please don't get scary, don't get angry. I'm not angry, it's that I tend to be a bit shy. How should I explain? With an appearance like this, I was just trying to look less frightening, you know? That's what I look like. I'm like a lawyer. That's why I don't look like a lawyer. Okay. Not what expecting. Okay, sorry about that. You don't have to do it now. But doesn't a lawyer speak in court with a lot of people watching? If you're that shy, I can't imagine you doing it. The court is a different matter. I can't bring myself to be confident in everyday conversations for a strange reason. Because there isn't really anything to talk about. When you actually have to testify in front of the jury, you know exactly the kind of thing you're supposed to say. Anyway, my name is Yuki Maeda. It's nice to meet you. Right, Yuki, nice to meet you. Let's break the ice and be close friends. Okay, so you might be the mastermind. Not actually literally the mastermind, like the name of the mastermind is the real, it's like the real Kakeru Yamaguchi is the mastermind. That guy is not. He's like his fraternal twin that happens to have myostatin deficiency. I was staggered to find him so different from what I imagined at first. But he doesn't seem like a bad person. Still, why did he grow those muscles as a lawyer? Maybe I'll ask him later. Well, it seems like I've talked to all 5 of them. Let's go talk to the other ones who finished their introduction. Next are these 5. Pleasure to meet you. I am Kanata Inori. Okay. Ultimate Surgeon. Oh dear. Creepy. So this is Kanata Inori. However, good surgeons. Very useful. According to the thread I saw last night, she is the ultimate surgeon who mastered all knowledge related to the surgical field and has performed several surgeries herself. Nice to meet you. I am Yuki Maeda. Let's be good friends. Yes, I am delighted to make your acquaintance, Mr. Maeda. Nice. No need to get formal. Feel free to talk as you like. No, it's okay. This kind of habit I developed to show respect to my patients as a doctor. Does this bother you? Then I'll try my best to talk to you in a more casual manner. No, not at all. You don't need to. Is that so, Mr. Maeda? You're a kind person. Mr. Maida, please come see me as you happen to get injured during the school year. If you happen to get injured during the school year, I'm confident that I can treat you better than the school nurse. She sure is the ultimate surgeon. She looks very nice and polite. It feels like she's a little sister because of her height. So it's a her, okay. Is this the cheerleader? I am Kizuna Tomori. Nice to meet you. Got more with the stars again. Yes, cheerleader. Okay. Kizuna. Where's that name from? I've played something with someone whose name was Kizuna before. Anyway. I don't remember what, though. Kizuna Tomori. According to the thread, she is the ultimate cheerleader, also known as the Lucky Girl, because the team she cheers for always becomes the winner of the game. Oh, okay, so she's not like the ultimate gymnast, then. The sports team in her middle school is known for having a 100% chance of winning thanks to her. If they had a 100% chance of winning, how would they pin it down to her? There could be a lot of things contributing to that. She does have a nice look, and I would certainly be motivated if someone like her cheers for me. Nice to meet you, Kizuna. My name is Yuki Maeda. Kizuna, that's so familiar. Oh, that's, oh, Kizzy from, AI The Somnium Files, too. That's where Kizuna's from. Oh, that's where that name is from. Okay. I, for some reason, didn't connect that. Anyway, AI The Somnium Files 2, the second game. That's where you kick Kizuna. Yuki, I like your name. Can I just call you Yu as a nickname? But we just met each other. Is it okay? It'd be great. It's to get as close to you as I can, to you guys. Well, I won't say no, but yeah, then it's a yes. Let's be friends, you. Okay. Do you play any kind of sports? I'll cheer for you really hard as your classmate. Not really, and you're getting too close to me. What's the problem? It's natural for friends to have some physical contact. What is she doing? It's much more than what I can handle. Is she a pervert or something? She doesn't seem to have bad intents, but... Nice to meet you. My name is Tsurugi Kinjo. Okay. Tsurugi Kinjo. He's a police guy, right? Nice to meet you. Yes. How could I forget Tsurugi Kinjo? How could I forget that name? He's the ultimate police officer who works in actual crime scenes with his outstanding intelligence and stellar abilities. So this is the autopsy guy. I gotta deal with some food here. Okay, yeah, so getting back to what I was doing before running off dealing with food. The autopsy guy isn't necessarily immune from being killed, right? Because Mikon got wiped out in Chapter 3 of Danganronpa 2. It does, because you do play a role. Like, you do play a role... Like, because he has decided to play a role in the process of each investigation and trial, it makes him a little bit more protected from getting killed. In a meta sense. Not in an in-story sense. Like, if I were in this Danganronpa and I wanted to kill somebody in order to get out, I would probably kill him. Right, but this is relates to a very interesting, I mention this a lot, but kind of a nonsense pattern with Danganronpa. You would think that later Blackens, if they wanted to kill in order to escape, right, they wanted to, like say Celeste, for example. Or maybe, what's her face? Kurumi, right? The other maid, the maid from V3. Or this is an attempted black-in, but it wasn't very successful. Miu from V3, where it's in fact maybe not the first black-in, but is still a black-in that is killing in order to escape the school. That they would choose, they have to kill all of them anyway, right, in order to escape. So the one that they would kill personally would be the one that would be the most likely to figure out that they were the killer. In other words, they would kill the protag, or the point person. So, you know, you would think that Celeste would try to kill Kirigiri, because she would be the one most likely to figure out that it was Celeste who's the black-in. She would know from the first 2 chapters of the game that she was the most dangerous. Or she would try to kill Makoto, or she would just kill both, right? That's the reason why you just keep killing a whole bunch, because you're trying to get the smart people out who would know that you were the one who did it, right? Be able to figure that out. But no, she kills the stupid people. And the whole argument was because those were the easiest to kill. Meaning there was an implication in that killing is there's some difficulty in killing. And people like the protagonist and the appointment are difficult to kill, that's why they don't kill them. But I never really thought of killing as difficult. Not that I've ever done it or anything. So I don't really think in those terms. And I always find it really hard to justify, with in-story logic, why the characters that are the most, likely, the smartest characters, the characters that are most likely to figure out who the black-in is, have such strong plot armor. If you were to set up a real... oh goodness. This is getting disturbing, so I'm gonna stop. Anyway. Let's go on. It's even said that the police department calls him directly and grants him authority to solve complicated cases. He appears on TV often, which heated up discussions in the threads last night. Hi, I'm Yuki Maeda. It feels strange to see someone I've seen on television all the time for real. TV? Ah, you mean when I spoke on the media a few times? Yeah, you're so famous that almost everyone in the country knows you. I think you've accomplished so many great things at our age. No, I'm not even close. Crime in this country continues to flourish no matter how hard I try. You're one person though. I don't think so. You're underestimating yourself. What? You mean you actually managed to do something as one person? Sure, you can think it that way. But it's my dream. Putting an end to all crime in this world. To change the fundamental nature of man. I dreamed of it since I was a child growing under my father. By the way, if you were to actually the closer you are to accomplishing that, the less autonomous, the more oppressive the state's gonna end up being. You realize that, right? Perfect enforcement tends to create just nasty environments to live in. Alright, your father was also a police officer. So you know that, but it's a little bit more complicated. I don't think it's a good topic for now. You probably got killed, I presume. Let's talk about it later. In the free time events! Okay, anyway, it's nice to meet you. Anyway, his father got killed. So I guess they can't give him a motive by, showing his father and, him disappearing, I don't know. Putting an end to all crime in this world. He has somewhat unrealistic, but definite goal. He's a righteous figure just like I thought. And just doesn't make sense. And also Batman. Except I think Batman had a more realistic worldview. Is she a nun? Oh, well, hi. Maybe she needs some sleep. I'll start. My name is Yuki Maeda. What's yours? Oh, maybe she's the Chapter 3 Blackened and not the maid. No, the maid was Chapter 2 Blackened. Was it, yeah, the Ultimate Exorcist was... Oh, yeah, the Ultimate Exorcist which I would claim would be the Chapter 3 Blackened. And I presume this is actually the ultimate exorcist. So nothing changed. Mikako. Mikako what? Kurokawa. She's the exorcist, right? Yep. Oh, I remember. Mikako Kurokawa. There wasn't much about her in the thread, and according to the bits of information I could find, nice to meet you. Well, we'll never know what he learned according to the information that he could find. So, you practice something like exorcism? I give up. She won't speak a word for... Is it actually God in the Korean? She's said to be an expert in exorcising demons and ghosts, and her exceptional talent grants her the title Ultimate Exorcist, I think. Demons and ghosts. Things seem deemed so unscientific in modern society. I can't tell whether they're real or not. I knew she wouldn't be ordinary when I saw the info, but I couldn't expect her to refuse all kinds of communication. What would be the point of being in the same class then? So, Mikako. What? Good, at least she's listening. What should I say? We'll be in the same class, so let's get along. And no words went by for the rest of our meeting. She'll speak up in a trial all of a sudden. She won't even make eye contact. Did I offend her or something? I wonder if we'll ever get along. Maybe she needs to exercise herself. The true protagonist. Howdy, my name's Teru. Okay. Teruya Otori. Nice to meet ya. Merchant. Okay, Ultimate Marco Polo. According to the Teruya Otori. According to the thread, he's the ultimate merchant who has successfully pulled off all sorts of bizarre transactions. He was gifted in management and business from a young age. So he's the person who sold all the stuff to Yasuhiro. And he has a weird accent. Hi, I'm Yuki Maeda. I hope we can make good friends. Same for me. Hang on there, I want to give you my special uniform to celebrate the beginning of our friendship. This guy, when I try to Google translate his lines, is going to be such just a pain in the butt. Special uniform, do you mean the thing you're wearing right now? Of course, what do you think of it? Ain't it lovely? It's the school uniform that became an icon of the latest fashion trend with my efforts. He made that weird uniform a part of the latest fashion trend? Well, that kind of feat might be nothing for the ultimate merchant, but... Here, it's yours to keep. What's wrong? There was 2 U's in that Yuki. I brought the wrong clothes. Tis the tatami style pajama set I made popular last year. So you didn't bring the uniform? That's too bad. Come on. Sorry, Yuki, I'll give you a better one later, so don't be disappointed. But you won't be able to escape the school to get it, so... Too late. Luckily, Teruya brought the wrong set of clothes. He looks energetic and kind-hearted, but to be honest, I can't agree with his sense of fashion. Good. I got through with most of the students. What about the remaining 5? Or 4? I'll be done with all of them after talking to these 4. Well, the name's Rei Mekaru. Maybe she's the blackened vibe just from the appearance. Everyone's like when I did Danganronpa Blowback, everybody came across to me as a survivor. Here, everyone's kind of coming across to me as a blackened. Maybe we'll learn what she's a professor of. Mikaru, so you're the professor from the university? Ray Mikaru. She drew the most attention in the thread alongside Tsurugi. Despite her young age, she became the brilliant ultimate professor teaching in prestigious universities of the world. Is it because she teaches undergraduates? She doesn't look like my peer at all. Hey, you. Huh? Mind if I ask what your talent is? My talent? The truth is I don't really have one, to be honest. You came to the school without a special talent? I thought something would be different in Hope Speak Academy. Yet all I get are these pitiful morons. Excuse me, pitiful morons. Ray, that's not what to say to people you've just met. I am Professor Mikaru. Mikaru, if you want to lecture someone, then learn how to address them properly. But how can you... Besides, I don't talk with someone who can't prove themselves to be competent. Same goes for all those who have proclaimed to be ultimates. Just look at how this introduction is going. I'm wasting my time thanks to that empty-headed maid. Wasting my time. But, Mikaru, we're in the same class. Can't you at least drop the hostility? You're missing my point. I didn't enter Hope Speak Academy to play friends with you. This place is infested with fools who only think of meeting classmates and making friends. I should seriously consider dropping out. Seriously? She straight out threw insults to people she just met. Does she think her title makes her superior or something? Knowing I'm stuck in the same class with her, maybe I should have turned back at the gate. So she's the professor of what, though? Some sort of critical studies? Ah! I'm Kyoka Maki. It sounds like you have two first names. Nice to meet you. Sniper, okay. This correlation between this kind of talent and this kind of name is kind of like, this predates V3. Kyoka Maki, I heard she's the ultimate sniper, famous for her solid 100% accuracy. Shooting, sniping, airgun shooting, even shooting with darts and slingshots. No matter what it was, she always made a bullseye, but not crossbows. Nice to meet you, I'm Yuki Maeda. Gotcha, we'll be in the same class. Was it Yuki? You look so friendly, you know? You don't think ultimate at all. You don't look ultimate at all, huh? So this is somebody who like, was never going to be a blackhead, I guess, because they wouldn't, the ultimate sniper makes you the ultimate red herring. Earth to Yuki, it was a joke, why so serious? Did I offend you? Ah, sorry about that, it's my bad habit again. Offending people? Oh, it's okay, it was nothing. Phew, I have this bad habit of speaking before I think that often. It always leads me straight into trouble. It's from when I was 6 and I still can't get rid of it. It's a real dummy. She sounds a little bit light-minded, but I'm pretty sure she's actually a good person. Slightly careless, I should add. Oh, so, okay, so the exorcist guy was not a woman, was not a nun, she was an exorcist. So is this guy a monk? What's your matter of concern? Isn't it introduction time? My name is Yuki Maeda, what's yours? I see. I am Kinji Yuhara. Kinji Yuhara. Okay, he's a priest. Kinji Yuhara. There wasn't much about him on the thread, but I managed to find out what he's the ultimate priest and a faithful conversationalist who can move any people's hearts. Nice to meet you. Like I said, I'm Yuki Maeda. So he's gonna... the ultimate priest would also be a black-end. It's like the only person who's really not a black-end is the sniper, because the sniper being a good sniper makes you just a good red herring. May I ask, have you been into a church or attended mass services before? Not really, maybe 1 or 2 times, but I didn't really go to church on a regular basis. Hey Kinji, are you mad? Did I not see a reason to be mad at you in our previous conversation? It's just that you're a priest. I thought saying that I'm not a religious person was kind of offensive or something like that. It was just a part of my greeting. I do not force my faith onto others. Besides that, I cannot think of anything else to say. If you want to say something, go ahead and do it yourself. Okay, if you say so. I'll look forward to getting along with you. Same here. Make an argument, argue with you about transubstantiation. Well, he's really serious and quiet. When I heard he was a good conversationalist, I expected to see someone who's more extroverted. I suppose he's more of a reserved person. How you doing? God, where'd you come out from? Gotcha. Surprise, surprise. Ima Satsuki. Or, I think it's like Japanese. So it's like Satsuki. Satsuki. The T is like part of the second syllable. Iranami. Nice to meet you. What kind of ultimate is this? Clown. Oh, just clown? Okay. Ultimate clown. Which is to say she's funny. It's a weird girl. I can tell who she is by her look. I didn't know the name, but I heard an ultimate clown was among the freshmen, performing in a world-class circus group as a high schooler. So she must be the one. I said my name. In this country, you should say your name when you hear others speak theirs. What's your name? What do you mean, in this country? Aren't you Japanese too? Anyway, my name is Yuki Maeda. Nice to meet you. Yuki? Oh, Yuki. So you're Yuki. Huh? You know me? Have we met before? Nope, just pretending. Ah, come on. I wasn't expecting this kind of reaction. Yuki, seriously, come on. You gotta react in some way. You'll have no friends and be single for the rest of your lonely life till you die in your 80s at a nursing home if you keep going on like that. So I'll die of old age? If I die from aging in my 80s without suffering from disease, sounds like a pretty good life for me. But you'll be single though. Oh, you're right. Satsuki should try that too. Try what? Are you really introducing ourselves? Now relax. That veggie soup you ate the other day will come back up if you get flustered that easily. Hear it? Your stomach's rumbling. I didn't eat any veggie soup. What are you even trying to say? I was telling Yuki, let's be good friends from now on, wasn't I? That's what this whole conversation was about? Hey, relax. Wow, she is so unpredictable. I can't even catch up with the whole conversation. She's one of those who makes you tired by just talking with. Looks like I finished talking with all the students. Circle time! The exorcist standing outside the circle. Hey, looks like everyone's done with the introductions. Yeah, wasn't it nice to get to know everyone? Then what should we do now? What else? Now that we have to wait for the teachers to come, right? It's time for some announcements. Some tests of the school broadcast system. Guys, don't you think something isn't right? Isn't right? What do you mean by that? You see, at the beginning of a Danganronpa, you're supposed to, like, get all woozy and pass out and wake up on a desk and stuff. Like, that didn't happen. What do you mean by that? Do you know what time it is now? Even if we want to check, there isn't a clock in this room. It's 8:20. Huh? Weren't we supposed to gather here until 8? The time passed that quick. I mean, the introduction did take longer than we expected. Huh? Isn't that strange? The school told us to come here until 8 o'clock. What does the until mean in this context? Well, wouldn't there be like a bell tower bong at 8? They would know when 8 passed, right? We all came on time, but they are all tardy. But why are the teachers not coming? Yeah, what should we do? We go in first. Right, we should head in. So let's go in the next door. That was identical to the door we used to get in here. It's like this stages of like this dungeon. Following a period of fruitless waiting, we decided to go inside the main building by ourselves. And then everyone took a step. Suddenly the world is red. I think other people are saying something, but I can't hear them. Yeah, they introduced before the break. It's weird. Everything looks red. 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 Red! And suddenly my memory faded to darkness. That one step, supposed to be a step toward hope, became a step toward despair. Okay, interesting switch up of the order. Despair Evolution Prologue. Now I wake up on a desk, yeah. Hold on, where am I? For real, where am I? I mean, it does change things up. Like, I know I was saying how, like, the super high school level lawyer, Kakeru Yamaguchi, right, like, seemed to be not who he was. Well, that would kind of work if, like, that was done, if, like, the character introductions happened after, like, the memory skip, right? But if it happens before the memory skip, then the mastermind has to plan ahead to put an imposter in for them, like, a couple years before the memory skip. If you get what I'm saying. It changes things. It changes things quite a bit when the introductions happen before the memory skip. And it makes it like the mastermind can do less with the introductions. Can play with them a lot less. And their contents are less important. Oh, stupid phone. For real, where am I? I was in Hope Speak Academy. What is going on? Welcome to Hope Speak Academy. From this point onward, you can press the Cancel, Escape, or X to call the menu. You can save your progress in the menu. Oh, now Escape does something. First, investigate the classroom. You can press Confirm, Z or Space to interact with objects. Investigation and conversation are the most important factors to keep the story going. An exclamation mark will appear if you approach an object you can investigate. Also, objects with a purple exclamation mark must be checked in order to progress the story, so keep that in mind. But you don't have the queue. Oh, it just happens automatically. Okay. Let's investigate the blackboard. A normal blackboard. It's spotless as if someone had wiped it clean. A speaker. Is it for school announcements? Right now, it's quiet. I'll hang on the wall clock. The time seems to be a little over 9. And 2 years later, assuming that this clock is working fine, at least 30 minutes have passed since I passed out. Large iron plate. My brain froze for a moment. Why is there an iron plate on the wall? I wondered for a moment before realizing it was where the window was supposed to be. The window was screened with iron plates for what? Fire extinguisher. A red fire extinguisher for emergencies. It makes sense for a school to have one, but it somehow gives off a strange feeling. It'll be used in a case. An ordinary trash can. It was empty when I looked inside. A small cabinet. It's really old. I can see through the gaps that it's empty. Can't interact with the chairs and stuff? Okay. There's no security camera and monitor in here. A big locker cabinet. It looks like anything can fit in here. I opened it, but it was empty. And I have to interact with this note. What's this? A letter? Open the mysterious letter on the desk. The new school life has begun. From now on, this school will be your new world. Please turn over a new leaf. Huh. Is this a pamphlet? It's handwritten. It must be someone's joke. I looked over pretty much everything, but it's still confusing. Logically speaking, this is most likely a school, so probably Hope's Peak Academy. Then did someone carry me here when I passed out? But I don't know why I passed out to start with. Was there something wrong with my body? Oh right, what about the others? I was with everyone else. Where did they go? And even if this place is Hope's Peak, what's more confusing is... on the ceiling, is that a surveillance camera? Oh, so there are surveillance cameras. It's just that you can't interact with them like in Blowback. It's typical for a school, but something about its position looks off. Standing here forever won't give me answers. Let's get out of this room. If I can't interact with security cameras and monitors, then how do I get coins for the coin machine? Maybe interacting with like clocks and blackboards and stuff? Oh, it's the maid, right? The maid is, trying to remember these names. Akane Taira. Yuki, found you. Found me? Wait, Akane, where am I? What just happened? We don't know either, so we decided to discuss the situation together. Anyway, come to the entrance right ahead. Everyone's waiting there. Akane, wait. Crap, what's going on? Let's follow Akane for now. Going wrong. There are still things I could take a look at, but let's follow Akane for now. Wouldn't the others be waiting? There's still some things, okay. Oh, what's with this invisible barrier nonsense? Fine, railroad me. When I entered the entrance hall, I saw the other ultimate students gathered around. Yuki, you're here. Come on over. Is Akane gonna take the lead? Is she gonna like be the Misako of this game? Hey, you guys, what happened? I don't know either. We've only just gathered. Now that Yuki came, let's put together the situation. Put together? When did you all... Yes, we lost consciousness as well. And we were here when we woke up. Yuki, we've talked a little before you came and found out we were all experiencing the same thing. So all of us passed out at the same time, ended up in the same strange place. Is that even possible? Duh, that's why it happened. First, we should find out where this is. This kind of layout, isn't it obvious it's a school? Is it Hope's Peak? Really? Then isn't there no need to worry? If you pass out, there's need to worry. Fools! Baka! Do you not... Except this was written in Korean, not Japanese, so it wouldn't have been baka. Do you not know what it means to think? Things are much more serious than you're expecting. I agree with Makaru. There are too many mysteries left unsolved to make a conclusion like that. Is Makaru just gonna turn into like a Byakuya? One eye roll. Everyone, did you pay close attention to this building on the way here? The iron plates covering the window? I believe this is what you meant? Not just that, I spent hours unpacking my bags last night and they all vanished. Wait, really? No, it's be big trouble if my treasured bags just went poofing. Hey, what sign says... That sign says exit. Do you think we go out and wait for things to settle? Yuki, I assume that you don't know because you were absent earlier. Unfortunately, that exit is blocked. What, blocked? It's blocked with what kind of looks like a vault door. Anyway, we are completely isolated from the outside. The room fell into silence as our grasp of the situation grew weaker. Seriously, what's going on here? Hello, is this just kind of a surprise performance that we do a lot of times in the circus? Why so serious, everyone? That would only pertain to a circus. But she has a point. It isn't too early to freak out without knowing what's exactly here. It really might be a surprise event from the school. Well, this pretty much is a school, so I guess we can think of it as Hope's Peak. Is that easily? I don't know. What the hell is going on here? We were baffled, unable to decide our next course of action up until the sudden disruption came in, permeating this atmosphere of confusion. Testing. Oh, it's like bear ears. I thought there was like a crow in this. We'll see. Testing. Everyone, please pay a testing. 1, 2, mic check. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Oh. For some reason that didn't show up. And the Korean guys don't do that for some reason. Everyone, please pay attention. This is a school announcement. Can you hear me? Announcement to the freshmen of Hope's Peak Academy. The entrance ceremony will begin shortly. All freshmen, please gather at the gym. That is all. What was that? An announcement? Did it just say the entrance ceremony? Oh yeah, please give it applause. Satsuki's got the correct answer. I told you, Satsuki was right. Yippee. Aren't they running things as normal? I guess it really was nothing. Really nothing strange, so it's a surprise event. Phew, the school almost scared the life out of me. I would still be scared if I passed out and woke up somewhere. Most things that make you do that causes permanent damage of some extent. Wait, was that all? There's no like safe pass outs. Was that all? Is this how things are supposed to be? To the gym then. If you will excuse me, I shall be on my way. What kind of prank is this? What you waiting for? This ain't nothing to worry about. I'm going ahead. Let's go, y'all. Hey, I really thought something serious was going on for a moment. Wait for me. Suddenly at ease, most of the others headed to the gym with a bright expression. Aren't you all coming? Don't be late, the teachers won't like it if you get tardy on your first day. I can't get a hold of this. My head's spinning with thoughts. Is there really nothing more to worry about? Then what is this feeling of anxiety pulling on my mind? It seemed like I wasn't the only one feeling that way. Something's fishy. Would it be fine for us to just go to the gym? It's the same. Even if you stay here. Yeah, staying here won't change anything. At least we'll find something if we go to the gym. Let's go. I think I'll think later about what comes after. Oh, it just teleports me? Oh. No, I get to interact with things. Trash can! Ignoring the trash can. It was empty when I looked inside. Fire hydrant holding the water hose. It's only for emergencies. Reddit fire extinguisher for emergencies. It makes sense for a school to have one, but somehow it gives us a strange feeling. Let's interact with the block door. This is... A giant gate stood firmly in place as if it were guarding a repository of top-secret military documents. I don't think I can break down a door like this. Her clownness. You can't survive life if you're full of negativity and pessimism all the time. Think of the best even in the worst. That's the trick. Well, you need to put that into practice. I don't think this is right. Everyone's being overly optimistic. Go ahead to the gym. I have to look around this room some more. Those idiots. Do they even have the slightest idea what they got into? No, they don't. What a relief to know that this was just a prank. I better ask the school to return my bags now. Wouldn't it be fine to follow the announcement? That voice didn't sound like the voice of a teacher. I have a bad feeling about this, but I fear we have no choice. Mr. Pilot Dude, Mr. Rayford, Haru, what are you doing here? Oh, just looking around the halls before going to the gym. This school looks so creepy. Let's go in this room. Interact with the fire extinguisher. Trash can. Locker. Speaker. Clock. Metal plate, locker. Okay, didn't find anything in there then. In. It's locked. Interesting. Okay, so that's the Despair Hotel. It's locked. What does it say though? Antique store. Oh, that's where I put the coins in to get the goodies. Infirmary. It's locked. Okay. Speaker. Gee, Lynn's using the speakers. This is the way to the gym. You're almost there. Oh. The girls' room. Boys' room. We're going to the gym as a priority. I just gotta hold it. Hang on to the wall clock. I hang on wall clock. 9. Steel fence. Audio-visual room. It's locked. Courtroom. This door looks fancier than the others. I wonder what it leads to. But it's not red, apparently. Door's not red in this. Isn't that kind of sacrilegious? The red door not being red. Yuki, are you going to the gym too? I think it's right up front. Okay. So this is the gym. It didn't take long for the others to follow me in as I entered the gym. And is this the foyer in front of the gym? Yeah, okay. There's always this foyer in front of the gym. Interact with windows. Interact with the sign. The sign says gym. Wow, that sign asset. It's a fresh plant. It's letting out a fragrant scent all over the room, but something feels off about it. Mr. Maida, do you feel something strange on the way? Did you feel something strange on the way here? Strange? And is this place really in Hope Speak Academy? We should have spotted other students or teachers. But there is no one here aside from us. Why would that be? I wanted to investigate some more, but the announcement kept getting on me. Would it be okay to just go in there? I don't have a clue. That's why I came here. What a bothersome school. Couldn't they tell people in advance about surprise events? What is the matter? You do not look well. Well, isn't it kind of obvious? We still don't know what's going on here. Why does he look so indifferent? It's almost as if he's devoid of all emotion. Yuki, you're late. Everyone else already went in. We should go too. And here we go. This is the gym. To find out why we're here, what we're in, there's only one choice. Here we go. It's set up like an entrance ceremony. Phew, so this was nothing at all. It's Hope Speak indeed. This is quite the ultimate entrance ceremony. Hey, but why isn't there anyone? Where's the teachers? As soon as Teruya finished his sentence, it showed itself without warning. I would be right here. So it is a bear. Okay. Is this music from Danganronpa? Is it royalty free? Huh. going to be way down the mix of my video, though, so you're probably not going to hear this music, but whatever. Oh, I accidentally hit the microphone. Ooh, poo-poo. Can I start now that you're all here? Greetings, everyone. I am your headmaster, Monokuma. What appeared before us was a horrific creature that seemingly defied all common sense. Everyone froze on the spot, startled by its sudden entrance. A talking doll? I am no doll. I am Monokuma, your headmaster. Monster! Calm down, it must be something like a remote control toy. How dare you compare me to a toy? You're hurting me real deep. I am Monokuma. Nothing more, nothing less. Neither a doll nor toy. What kind of joke is this? Now, then, I'll start this. Silence, everyone. The entrance ceremony will commence. First, a word of respect for you all, scouted by Hope Speak Academy. You are all said to be geniuses, literally the symbols of hope. Wouldn't it be devastating for even one of you to get hurt? So this year, the Academy decided to enact a special measure for your safety. Thus, to briefly describe your now to start school life. From now on, you will live a communal life solely within the confines of the school. Please enjoy your school life in harmony and order. What? To add, there is no end date. You can live here forever. What do you think? Sweet and easy as pie. Forever? Did you say forever? No worries. You'll get to feast on our menus and enjoy our wondrous facilities. There's always some spare money in our budget after all. Who cares about that? Why do we have to live here forever? Right, you're lying, right? You have to be. Not at all! I'll never lie. Just live here quietly for the rest of your lives. That can't be. Ah! Police or whatever, please come save me. Police, family, bear hunter. No one can enter. This place is completely set apart from the outside. Set apart? Then the windows being covered and the exit being blocked were... Correct! It was all for that purpose, which means it's impossible for even a tiny bug to crawl in. So relax and enjoy your stay in this school. Isn't this too much for a prank? I've got enough of this, so why don't you start the real ceremony? Living forever in this school, what nonsense is this? Prank? Nonsense? You're not believing me at all? Well, that's your choice. But I bet you'll know I am speaking the truth after a single day. We can't do that. We have our families waiting at home, our friends, and many things we haven't done yet in our lives. So you want to go out? How thoughtless. Do you have any idea what a scary place it is? Be thankful to Homespeak for protecting you. It's better for you to forget about such a dirty place. Can't you live life here happily ever after? Let us out, dirty or not, I'm getting out of here. Now stop with the chatter. Wasn't it your own decision to come to this school? You should have been prepared for this. But technically speaking, there is a way for you all to leave the school. How do we get out? Man, this is really quick and this is really brief. This is like, just gets to the point really quick here. I made a special rule in case something like this happens. It's called the graduation clause. It's simple. Your communal life here will be maintained in the environment of harmony. But if someone were to disrupt that harmony, then that person alone will be allowed to graduate and leave the school. Disrupt harmony? Disrupting the harmony. That would mean one thing. Killing another person. Murder, in short. What did you say? Beating, stabbing, crushing, slicing, popping, strangling, Sluttering! Cursing! Popping? What does that mean? They're gonna kill you by popping you. It doesn't matter how! Only the one who kills another can leave here! That is all there is. It's getting too much beyond reality that my brain can't catch up. Murder? Are you nuts? If you want to leave, kill someone and win the class trial! Then freedom is yours. Oh, usually they don't. Monokuma doesn't announce that there's a class trial. He just says you need to kill somebody and get away with it. And then it's like further clarification of what get away with it means happens after someone's actually killed someone. Class trial? A class trial is the fantastic confrontation of the blackened and the spotless to reveal the truth behind the murder. Just like a comment on my ignorance, I actually didn't... Like, when I first heard blackened in the context of Danganronpa, I didn't understand that it actually meant something outside the context of Danganronpa. Until I heard of a song by Metallica called Blackened. They learned it actually is a term for someone who's actually done a crime. Outside of Danganronpa. The class trial is mandatory for all survivors. You must discuss the identity of the hidden blackened at the trial. And your decision will be made with the final voting. If you successfully point out the blackened, only they will be punished and the rest of you will continue your communal life. But if you fail to reveal their identity, the blackened alone will be spared and the remaining spotless will be punished. In this case, the blackened will graduate and leave the school and the communal life will come to an end. That was the class trial. But that's so involved. Then what is the punishment you were speaking of? As for punishment, is there anything other than execution? Execution? I suddenly turned into Monokuma! Execution? My aspect ratio is so distorted. The grand finale awaiting the loser. Burning flame, sparkling electricity, skewered alive, or twisted till the end. Be prepared to meet some enjoyable punishments. Oh, I'll be looking forward to it. Regardless, try to do your best with the worst possible method. Kill another person to leave? As soon as I heard those words, a chill came down my spine. I already felt like I was a whole different being. That's ridiculous. Why would I have to commit murder? Right, stop speaking nonsense. What nonsense? The human body is actually very fragile. It makes perfect sense to try and kill one. Not like that. It's from an ethical standpoint, forcing us to murder. I'm not forcing you to. You have the freedom to choose. Kill and leave, or don't kill and stay here forever. That's not a choice. Isn't that basically telling us to live here forever? Blabber, blabber, blabber. What are you blabbering about so much? Let us out! It's all nonsense! Repeating the same words again and again and again. Can't you understand? This school is your world and your home now. I even told you how to get out. If you're going to continue complaining, just die. Okay, so Tsurugi is going to do the Mondo thing. Hey, enough with this bullshit. Bullshit! No, I'm a bear, not a bear shit! I don't know what that was in Korean. Okay. What you're committing right now is a crime. Kidnapping, illegal confinement, inducing murder. Whoever's controlling you must be insane. Nobody controls me. Monokuma's a wild bear. It was a matter of seconds. Tsurugi flew onto the stage to Monokuma, holding and smashing it straight against the walls.
Well, what is this? Violence against the headmaster is against the rules!
Shut your mouth. I despise criminals like you the most. You better let us free and turn yourself in.
In this communal life, violating the school regulations is a major crime. Do you want to be punished?
Don't change the subject, you disgusting bastard. Where's the mastermind behind you? Tsurugi was being serious, and as I had thought, he was a righteous figure who serves to bring justice to evil. Just see how reliable he is. Are you choosing to remain silent? Whatever you're doing, Throw it! Do you hear that strange sound? Step back! What? Oh, so this is where the idea of blowback came from, where the machine guns. A gunshot from where? Look, the ceiling. The surveillance camera. It has a machine gun attached. Yeah, okay, so blowback and Linju copied each other. I don't know who came first. No way, is that a real gun?
Of course! Why would I have fake guns?
You filthy criminal, you tried to kill me. Somehow the police officer turned into a robot.
Yes, I did! Violating the rules equals death! I'll be generous this time, but this is your last warning.
Cameras can shoot out bullets?
The cameras all over the school will not only keep you on watch, but will instantly respond like this to any acts violating school regulations. So be careful from now on. Especially you, officer.
I'm saturating the mic with every one of these Monokuma lines. So, like, it's gonna be so clipped, it's just gonna be awful. It to, like, bring my head back away from the mic more. Man, this can't be real. What should we do?
Easy peasy.
I'm still saturating the mic.
Did you hear what I said? Live in this school forever. It's simple.
I'm like back like so far, it's still saturating.
If you want to leave, kill.
The machine gun that Tsurugi almost got shot with, its bullets marks were still letting out smoke along with the smell of gunpowder. Piercing through, at least they didn't start it, blowback, they decided to start a ship with that whole thing. Piercing through my nose, that smell made evident that we weren't in our normal world anymore.
Phew, silence at last. That's my good children. Now, the entrance ceremony's almost over. Let me hand over a present to you all to commemorate your entry here. This is the e-handbook, limited only to students of this school. It is fully digitized with the latest tech. How fantastic! The e-handbook is absolutely vital to school life, so don't lose it. It displays the name of the owner upon activation. Make sure you have yours. It's not the typical handbook you might think of. Plus, it's completely waterproof and sturdy enough to withstand 10 tons of weight. Are these metric tons or imperial tons? It contains the school regulations, so make sure to review them. And as I keep emphasizing, violators will have no mercy. Rules may restrict, but they protect also. Society would be chaos without law, right? This school is no exception. That's why offenses must be strictly punished. So that brings the entrance ceremony to a close. Have a pleasurable and entertaining school life. And see ya. Monokuma suddenly disappeared after that. From open space into thin air, it was gone in a flash. Normally, I would have been shocked, but I felt nothing could even look surprising to me by now. All of us were silent, frozen on the spot, staring into the air. Why are we having a dream? Probably, for sure. This can't be reality, right? What the hell is this?
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm a police officer. You had to let that criminal roam freely around. Satsuki's head is spinning round and round and round and round. And then what do we do from now? There may be an answer if we put together our ideas. Put together or whatever. It's already over. But we can't be like this forever. First, what things did Mr. Monokuma say? It locked us in this strange place and told us to live here forever. And if we don't like that, if we want to leave, we have to kill someone. I can't believe it. Kill someone. We can't live here forever, but killing another person is much worse. This is totally fake, right? Isn't someone going to say gotcha so we all burst into laughter? When are you going to stop denying what happened? What's important now is not reality checks or crying in despair like babies. What we need to think about is whether there was a person who took Monokuma's words seriously. Okay, so Ray's going to be like, show from Blowback. The 2.5D. At an instant, everyone froze. We all looked at each other, struck by Mekaru's powerful insight. Nobody spoke anymore. We glanced around as though to scan each other, some even giving away wary looks to others. Only those who kill another can leave here. To me, it came as nonsense at first. I thought, would people really go for that just to get out? But as soon as I realized that I was too naive. What if someone betrays us? What if someone actually murders another person for their own life? With that ominous feeling, my new school life began. The school life in Hope Peak Academy full of despair. Is this my room? Okay. I'm currently in the student dorms. Oh, I can't, like, get to the menu here? When I placed my hand on my chest, I felt like my heart is still pounding. It's like Blowback where there are places you can't save. It's no wonder having just went through that entrance ceremony at the gym. New school, new friends. We should have started the amazing school year, but instead we suddenly passed out and became trapped in this isolated place. To make things worse, kill another person to get out. We were still a bit wary of each other, but quickly snapped out and decided to investigate the school. Maybe we might find an exit or a clue to escape. Plus, we don't even know how this building looks like. Most locked doors were open after we came out of the gym, so we decided to split up and search different parts of the building individually. And when I entered the student dorms, this room had caught my attention. The name Yuki Maeda was written on the nameplate of this room. That wasn't all. The hallway was full of rooms, with the other students' names as well. Each room had a key in its doorknob. And I accidentally skipped ahead. I don't know if there's a backlog in this. Let's look around this room. Or we could save the game. Okay, I'm going to save in the second to lowest slot. 14, okay. And I'm going to stop recording here. So, it's kind of brief and kind of fast. Not very impressively written so far. We'll see. Apparently it's good, so we'll see as I go forward.